Hey guys, it's Janice. Welcome back to the studio. I am here today with a huge, massive art supply haul that I did this past week. We went to Michigan from Florida. We took a road trip, and in Michigan, in northern Michigan, we went to a place called Arnie's, which is an arts and crafts store, and they have a bunch of home good stuff too, and art supplies. So we went there while we were in Michigan, and then on our drive home, we stopped in Atlanta, Georgia, and went to two different art supply stores there. One was called Binders, and one was called Sam Flax, which we have a Sam Flax here in Orlando, but the Sam Flax in Atlanta actually carried different brands that I hadn't used before or seen. So that's what's exciting about going to different supply stores. So I wanted to hop on here and show you what I bought. I usually never, ever, ever shop like this. This is not normal for me. But when I was in Michigan, I ended up selling 19 paintings. So I had a surplus of profit, and I always like to reinvest my profit, a portion of it, into my supplies. So that's what I did. I went shopping and went a little bit crazy. And it was a lot of fun to see the different stores. Somebody asked me, how did you find the store? And I literally, a week or two before we left for Michigan, Googled art supply stores along 75, because you take I-75 all the way up, and found the ones in Atlanta. So I was really excited about it. But anyway, I am going to jump right in and show you what I got. Okay guys, so the first thing I got were some 5 new of the Derwent Inktense watercolor pencils, and I got these from Blick, and you can choose them. They're open stock, so you can choose one at a time. But the 5 that I got were Fern, which is right here, which I think is, to me, the perfect green, the perfect olive green. Even though it's called Fern, it just has the right amount of yellow in it. And then I got the Mallard green, which is more like a teal, the apple green, which is like a bright green, the green aquamarine, which is like a teal blue, and then I thought I would get a basic, which was Payne's gray, which is like a purple blue based gray, like a cool gray. So I got 5 of those, and I really like this brand for the watercolor pencils. I feel like they are very pigmented, and I like those. So that's the first thing that I got. And then I did pick up 5. I already owned 4 of the Neocolor, the Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2. And these are a little bit different than a watercolor. They're creamier and like waxier, or watercolor pencil rather. The watercolor pencils are a little bit harder. These are a little bit creamier, and I find that they dissolve they're water soluble, and I find that they really dissolve all of the pigment into a softer finish. So I did pick up Salmon, which is like a really light flesh tone, Gray, which is a cool blue gray, kind of reminds me of Payne's gray, Vermilion, a bright orange, Light Olive, which it is a light green, and then the Cobalt Blue, which is really pretty blue right there. I'll probably use these in like mixed media pieces. Sometimes I don't dissolve them in water. I just like draw on my paintings and leave it like that. I don't dissolve it in water always. So I got those 5. And then I picked up 3 of the Lara graphites, and I didn't realize, I ordered 1 from Blick, and then I found 2 at the Sam Flax in Atlanta. But I didn't realize that I wanted them all to be water soluble, and they're not. So 2 of them, the 2B and the 9B, are not water soluble. I'll still use them in mixed media and stuff, but the 6B was water soluble. You can see right here where I swatched it. It did dissolve some of the pigment when I added water, before I realized that all 3 weren't water soluble. And then, so that's the 2, I don't know why I put a 2-6, but it's a 2B, 6B, and a 9B. But the 6B, the one with the lighter wrapping on it, was water soluble. It says it right on the label, and water soluble graphite. So that turned out really cool. I think I really like it because you can't see, it's smooth, just like the Neocolor 2. You can't see the strokes in it. So those are really cool. I can't wait to use those. And then I'm so excited. This is one of my favorite things that I did get. I love Holbein acrylics, and their tubes are anywhere from like $15 to $20 each. I did get one single tube, the Brilliant Pink, which I swatched right here, which I can use it in like my floral acrylics, florals and stuff. I thought that was really pretty. So I did pick up that one, and then this one was the one I was so excited about. I had wanted this for a while, and it finally went on sale at Blick, but there's 6 tubes in here, and it was $68. So if you do the math, 6 times 20, you know, for $68, I feel like I got a really good deal. But it did come in a box. I'll probably take them out of the box and put them with the rest of my high-end acrylics. But I'll show you the colors. They're so bright and intense. I cannot wait to do like a really bright floral. The first one is the Luminous Rose right here, and the opacity rating is in the middle. It's not quite transparent, not quite opaque, so that one's really pretty. You can see through it a little bit because it's a little bit transparent. But then next was the Luminous Opera, which is an intense, bright, like highlighter pink. So pretty. I'm excited to use these. And then the next one is the Luminous Red, which it is red, but it pulls a little bit orange. Then the next one was Luminous Orange right here. And the opacity rating, seems like they're all like kind of in the middle in the opacity rating. And then next is the Luminous Yellow, which I really appreciated. Was not like, it's not like a primary yellow. It's a little bit warmer, even though it's bright. And then the last one is the Luminous Lemon right here on the end. And they all have the same opacity rating, but oh my gosh, I'm so excited to do a floral with this set. I wish it did have like a blue in here instead of maybe both of the orange and the luminous yellow, because they're very similar. I wish I could swap it out for like a brilliant blue, but it is what it is. I feel like I got a really good deal at $68. And then I picked up another acrylic, just some white titanium, which I use all the time in the Liquitex. And I picked this up. I have never seen Amsterdam acrylics in such a tiny tube. And I honestly picked it up because I thought it was so freaking cute. And I like to collect miniature stuff. But I did get it in yellow ochre, which is one of my favorite colors. I'm not going to swatch it because everybody knows what yellow ochre looks like. But I thought I would try the little Amsterdam because it's so damn cute. I did pick up a little bit of the Masters brush cleaner. It smells so good. Kind of like minty or medicinal. But I've never used brush cleaner on my watercolor brushes because, you know, water usually gets everything out of it. But recently, some of my brushes that are like about a year old, they've been holding on to pigment, so I'm going to use this to wash them so it doesn't kind of get everything muddy when I use them from previous pigment. And then I picked up a Posca pen, the Fine Tip Black, which I use all the time. And this brand was at Sam Flax, One for All. It's acrylic ink pen, and the tip is a little bit bigger than the Fine Tip on the Posca. So, and you do shake it, and it has the ball that mixes the paint. So I'm going to try this. It's the One for All, but it also says Moloto. I'm probably saying that completely wrong, but I did pick up 2 acrylic ink pens. And I picked up also 2 of the Rembrandt pastels. And I picked up yellowish green and olive green. And I haven't looked yet, but I'm pretty sure I probably have one of these greens. Anytime I see green paints, pastels, all that, I just can't help myself. I pick them up. So I do have the olive and This is a different one, the vermilion. So I did pick out one that I didn't have, but I'll use it because I use them all the time in my mixed media and stuff. Let's see what's next. I did find this new brand, new to me. I don't know if it's new on the market, but it's from Italy, or they're made in Italy. It's the Mimir Blue watercolors, and I did pick up yellow ochre because I'm almost out of yellow ochre in my Academy. You can see it's almost dead, so I picked up a yellow ochre. I'm excited to try these. They did have these really cute like cards. I picked up 2 of them, and they have 6 dots of watercolor on them, and I did swatch those over here. Even though I don't own them, I did swatch them in my sketchbook. They are so pretty. They gave on the swatch card, they have a green gold, a quinacridone orange, ultramarine blue, the turquoise cobalt, and the Payne's gray. And it's a pretty generous amount of paint. Like, you could definitely use it for a project. But I did pick up 2 of those because they were just giving them away, because I wanted to try the new paint brand. Let me see. I did grab 4 brushes because, like I said, my watercolor brushes are starting to get worn out. This one's already a little bit frayed because I was traveling with them and using them. And so I didn't take as good of care of them as I could. But the first 2 I picked up at Arnie's in Houghton Lake, and it's just a 4 round. This one, for me, brushes, it's important. Not only, both ends are important, the brush end and then the handle. Like, I like it to be comfortable and weighted correctly in my hand. So I like to buy different brands to see which ones I fall in love with. But this was just a $4.40, and it's a Royal, and I can't read the rest of it. Oh, Royal and Langnickel, they both are, and this one is a 4 round, the darker one. And I like sometimes these larger handles are more comfortable. And then in Sam Flax in Atlanta, I picked up 2 of these Princetons. I've never seen them with the green, blue, and tan handle, but these are, these were on sale. They were 40 or 50% off, but it's called Snap. I don't know if that's the name of the line, but I did pick up a number 2 and a number 6. So I got 2 of those. I'm excited to use those. I picked up a new kneaded eraser, so that's exciting. This is just a cute, like, canvas pencil bag, because I like to organize my stuff in like bags and tins and stuff, so when I need them, like if I want just my Neo colors, I grab a bag full of Neo colors or whatnot. And I just thought that was cute because the swatches look like polka dots to me, and I love the colors in it. I thought it was cute. And then I did grab, this came as a set of 5. This is one of the things that I did get, was a new sketchbook, the watercolor sketchbook, and it's on the toned paper, so I thought that was kind of cool. But I swatched these here. They are the water-soluble graphite from Faber-Castell, and there's 5 of them, and it did come with a number 6 Faber-Castell round brush, which I've never used one of their brushes, so I'm happy to try that. But it came with an HB, a 2B, 4B, 6B, and 8B. So I swatched those there in my new sketchbook on the first page. I never know how to start a sketchbook, but that's how I started this one. And let's see, I did grab one of the, I found at Arnie's in Houghton Lake in Michigan, orange Stabilo. And I feel like I swatched it in here. It's just works like a watercolor pencil. Oh, the Stabilo orange right here. So it's a little bit lighter of an orange. But it works just like a watercolor pencil or the black Stabilo. It's water-soluble pigment. So that's an orange one. And I grabbed 2 of the Daler Rowney acrylic ink. And I love using these in smaller like bottles with a pin tip to do like asemic writing on mixed media. So I grabbed one in sepia and then one in gold, but the one in gold, it'll be really pretty to paint with too. the sepia, it looked like more of a green brown, but before you mix it, and then when I mixed it, it was like not as pretty as I thought, but I have it anyway. So I'll do some fun stuff with that. And let me see. This I was really excited about, the Viviva color sheets. And it kind of reminds me of the Peerless color sheets, which I've never owned, but I've seen them reviewed and stuff on YouTube. And it did come with one of these like fill water brushes, which I think are a gimmick and very frustrating to, I would not want to be learning watercolor with that. Excuse me. But basically it's a swatch book. It has 16 colors and they're all watercolors, but they give you these little pieces of paper in the swatch book that are loaded with watercolor. And they are very concentrated and very bright, and I was so excited. Look at that. I swatched them here. Some of the reds and oranges are similar, but not quite. I hope I can, it comes across on camera. But you literally wet your brush and drag it. I just did it in the corner here, added it to here, and that's the crimson. This is the deep pink. They don't look anything on paper like they do in the swatch book, but it's separated by butcher paper, and then you get all 16 of the colors in the book. And the sap green, oh, it's beautiful. I love that green. And it even came with slate black, and I just thought they were, I can't wait to try it on high quality paper, because these sketchbooks with watercolor paper, they're not as high quality as the Arches, so the pigment, the paint actually reacts differently. So I cannot wait to try it on high quality paper and see how they work. But just on this cheap sketchbook, I just thought they were so brilliant and pigmented, and I liked the way they settled. And the sap green to me looks like it might be a little bit granulated, which is always fun because it adds texture. So that is really fun. I'm excited about that. And then I did pick up at Arnie's a giant clip that I use. I had another one, but this one was bigger, just to hold my sketchbook down while I'm working. So that's fun. And this one I grabbed at Arnie's is the Faber-Castell Gelatos in the Brights. And these are very similar to the Neo colors. They're kind of waxy, they're water soluble. I'll show you real quick. This one is the Bubblegum Brights, but you can just kind of color with them. And when you add water, they blend out really smooth. And what's nice about them is you can blend them with, like if I put a yellow next to it, I could blend and make orange, and they're blendable. And I'm excited to try these in like a mixed media piece. It did come with a little like angled brush and some sponges, which I don't know if I'll use. But there's 12 colors in the set, and it's pretty well rounded with the color choices, I feel like. So I did play with these a little bit in my sketchbook up north when we were on the lake, and it was fun. So I've never done this type of watercolor before. These, I got 6 of them, and then I ordered an empty palette, a 6-pan from Etsy, so I can put these in them, like the little half pans. But these are watercolors. I picked up 6 of them at Binders in Atlanta. And I can't wait for my little tin to come so I can open them up and use them. I've never used Van Gogh paints like this. I think I might have 1 or 2 in the tube. But I grabbed, let's see, surprise, surprise, green, yellow, Dave's gray, rose, olive green, a copper, and of course a yellow ochre. So I grabbed 6 of those, and I'm a little irritated I can't swatch them and play with them yet until my tin comes, because once you unwrap them, I probably could, but I feel like I would make a big mess. And then the last thing that I grabbed was Arches block, and I normally use cold press, which is the green one, in a 9x12 for almost everything watercolor that I do. And I wanted to try this one, is the rough texture. So it has a bigger tooth to it. It's just a rougher texture, which I thought was more luxurious kind of. I don't know if that makes sense. But I wanted to try, I just grabbed the 7x10. These were on sale at Binders. I grabbed a little one because it's $30 just for the little one. Arches is expensive, so I didn't want to get, I didn't know if I would like the rough texture or not. I still haven't painted on it. I'm going to do that today. So I just grabbed a little one so I can try it. And that's it. That's the last thing, excuse me, that I grabbed. I want you to remember that everybody's born an artist. It's just some of us have had more practice than others. If your artistic career ended in kindergarten, it's never too late to start again. Don't be afraid to make mistakes because that's why they make erasers. Have a great day.